Right guys, so back again this week with some more progress on the Hedonites. Got a bit of work done on both the Keeper and both the Painbringers and the Twin Souls, so let's dive in. If we have a look, so last time I do believe we were at the stage where we'd just done the gold, and I believe we'd start retouching up the cloaks, so we're at the moment. So not too much done on them, however what has been done is I've done some of the base layering of the silver. What that was done with was just straight metal colour. Now I did a bit of an experiment which we'll get onto when we get to the Keeper with the metal varnish first, but I'm kind of thinking it would have been better to do all the metallics in the metal varnish then apply metal over the top, but it was a learning curve for these, so no worries. Anyway, let's pick some more up. So I've also had a bit of tragedy with the hair. I'm not sure if that was shown last time, but what happened was I tried to put some contrast paint on one of these and it just stripped all the ink clean off straight back to the grey primer, which was very devastating. So I had to redo that by hand, go over it with contrast paint, and it does what I want it to. It looks pink from there, so more than happy with that. Got to go back and touch that up. But yeah, so silver work's been done on these. So we get the lighting a bit better. There we go. Silver work has been done on like the bits of the pauldron, on the sword. Just a base layer just for something to work off, so I can start doing mixtures of all the different metals. Let's get the unit champion in there. Yeah. So what else has been done apart from the metal work is I've gone in and I've just put a layer of paint over the tassels. Now because of the zenith, they've already got a bit of contrast in them already, so I went over them with just some Ultra Blue from scale 75. So that was just whacked on the palette. I think a tiny amount. You didn't really need anything too much out because it's quite a transparent colour anyway. Just whacking on, and obviously all the shields on these have that blue as well. So that's been done on them. I've then also gone in and I've done my usual mix of the black temper and contrast 50-50. Probably in hindsight wanted to go a little less on the Templar, but the end result is I wanted a bluish black, so it has given that. Very dark, but it is a blue black. You can tell when you compare that to the boot, which is a reddish brown black, because that was done over the top of, where's it gone? Scale 75 black leather, I believe it was. There's African Shadow. Oh, I seem to have hidden it. Alright, here we go. So that was done over the top of there, so that's like a plumish, reddish colour. And with the black over, it's gone quite black. But I'm happy with it, it's fine. It's, at the end of the day, it's a gaming piece and I want it to look like leather from there. And it does. I think that looks fine. Also on the glove as well. So a few of those have had that on them. Like this one. Sounds like the glove's been done. I've also gone and done all the leather work on the other miniatures, like the whip or not, in that contrast. That's come out fine. So yeah, I've darkened down a few of the other things, so that's them done. I've gone back and touched some of the belts up and stuff like that, like that I did around here. That was done with Somber Grey, straight out the tube, and then I mixed in just a touch of Glacier Blue from Game Colour. It's also thicker, so it was a bit easier to work with as well. mixed those together just to get the lighter blue. Just added some quick highlights. Again, like I say, because they're gaming pieces, it doesn't need to be perfect or anything like that. I just want them to look good from, I mean, I think they look good from this distance. Just hold that up to the light. I think they look fine from there, but I want them to look nice from across a table. So again, that's fine. And that's what I've got done on these. Just wipe that one back. Stand that one up. Did have to re-glue one of these, which was a bit annoying. Just the like fisted, I don't know what they do have a name, I can't remember what you call them, but like the punch dagger things. That came off. So I had to go and redo that. We'll come back to these with the ink coming off in a second. Alright, keeper secrets. What's been done on the keeper? So what I've done is I went and I blacked out everything that I wanted silver. And I did that with some black paint, could be whatever, and I mixed it with some metal varnish. So this is what I've seen people have said, like gloss varnishing over a surface before you put your base metals on, as the light reflects, and that's what you want from the metal anyway, and it makes it more vibrant. I've got to say, I wasn't sure how well that would work the way that I've done it, because I've seen you use a gloss primer. I thought, well, a gloss primer is just black paint with a glossy finish. I can't say how that's going to be any different from black paint with gloss in it. I'm not sure if it is, but gosh, do I like the effect. And that is that with just steel over it. Oh, I think it looks quite nice already. Just done the little nose ring. Can we get any closer? Oh, we can. Normally has a fit. I've got to redo the tips of the hair, but I'll do that with an airbrush after. So I'm very happy with that. Then I've done it on, let's get some of the smaller pieces. Like I say, down here. Looks so good. I haven't done it with this piece. And I don't think the metals pop quite as much. But that's fine. You're hardly going to notice that, especially like on this side, because... Oh, knock the camera. Because it's going to be behind the... What does it were? If that goes... There. So you're not going to notice it too much. We'll get to the main piece in a second. And then I've done the same on here. I think these really pop out from the surface because essentially they've been black lined, because I did all of it in black and then just the top surface in silver. So already that's looking quite nice, and when it's highlighted I think it'll look even nicer. Is that not gonna... Right, onto the main piece. So did all the braiding work. Can we get that close? Do all the braiding work. Again, everything's done exactly the same. The sword, that's been done. The claws I really like. I just like looking at the reflection, it's so cool. Tiny little bits there. The arms are, when it was a focus, there you go, that side. So yeah. Oh, and the little fingertips. I've got to go back and do the nails in another coat of black, but I've got to paint the nails separately. Obviously this one and that one are like, I don't know what you call them, they're like little slip-on things, little claws. Jewellery, that's the best way of describing it, I suppose. In fact, give a bit of a better effect. Let's just stick that on. That stays in place quite nicely. So this is where we're at the moment. It feels quite nice. It feels like I'm getting getting silver details done on here. Feels like I'm getting some nice amount of work done. Yeah, so very happy. Very happy with my progress so far. So now we get onto the subject of the inks. So I'll bring some of these guys back over. Right, now this was done. Not the freehand, that was done with white over the top, but this was done with the same colours, the exact same colours as what was done on these, on the tabards. So grayscaled, then it had the turquoise put over, then it had the magenta ink sprayed from the side to give that effect. I think it also had some paint spray, but near enough, that's the only colours. So what I did with this one was I sprayed over the entire model, skin and all, with a satin varnish from Vallejo. I think I mentioned that in a previous video, but I decided to spray that because I was really not wanting to chip work, paint work or anything like that, so satin varnish. Now I didn't do that with these. The exact same ink used on these. Can't see it as well, but like on there where you see it hints of purple, that is because the magenta ink goes purple until you get a bit of a thicker or a larger surface area. So that's what's caused that. Anyway, so I didn't do that on them. So when I come to, I accidentally spilled like a tiny bit of paint on the backs, stripped it off, and that is what caused the ink to essentially reactivate. And I've seen a few, I put up a post on I think it's the Painters Motivating Painters form PMP on Facebook, and a few people were saying it might be the dilution. So I've been diluting the inks with flow improver because I wanted that retarder for the needle. But what I've heard a lot of people doing is either diluting inks if they're going to dilute them with just straight water or with airbrush thinner. So I'm gonna be doing some models in the future, I think, with thinner for the inks instead of using flow improver, and I'll also be using water. It just seems to be every single person is saying it's a better effect, so that I think is going to be the case. So that's where I'm at this week. What are the next steps? So obviously I've got all the silver work I need to do, and that's going to be done with the Vallejo silver. This is one of my new paints, new formula, Vallejo silver, and then I'll be doing edge highlights and extreme highlights with the white aluminium, which is very, very bright colour. I've found that especially this comes out so much better with my little vortex mixer. So much better. Just the pigment, you can see the pigment coming off the bottom because it normally collects like around here. It normally collects like around here, and when you put it on the vortex mixer, especially when you put it at that angle and just keep rotating it around, you can see it just getting chipped away, mixing up and everything. Fantastic. So I've got to do that on all 20 of the infantry and the character. The character is going to take forever to do that metal work on, because whereas this I'm just going to put it on and feather it out and all the good stuff. That I actually want to take a bit of time on and make sure they're all in the exact right place. Like I'm going to capture the lights. I might even take some photos and just see where the light's hitting at exact times. Who knows? But it'll be taking a lot more work, and that is going to be the last step of the silver. Will be the white aluminium. Then I've got to go back and not redo, but I've got to touch up all the gold on these infantry models, and that'll be when I'm applying gold to this keep, like these parts of the keeper, and then it will be going in and oil washing, not oil washing everything, but pin washing every single element on the model, especially all the metal work anyway. And on the keeper it'll be done all around the chest area, around the stomach and everything, around absolutely everything, around all the legs, all done. Now I've done that before in purple. I'm thinking this time I'm going to do it in black, because I just think it's going to look a bit better. And then I might go back maybe with a bit of a thicker wash and just go over the top, like round the edge of just the corset and everything with a thicker purple. I'm not sure, that's a to be decided element. But at the moment, I'll get it right. This is better from this angle. Can you do it? No, it's not going to do it. But we're happy with our progress. Anyway, guys, that's what I've got to do for these next week. I've also got chain of command stuff that I'm trying to get time to do, but time is limited and I'm not able to do too many projects at once. So this is what I want to get done at the moment, first and foremost, and then we'll look at other projects. So till next time, guys, cheers for stopping by. Give it a like, give it a comment if you want to have a chat about anything I've discussed in it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, it really helps. Till next time, guys, thanks for stopping by. Well, guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Also be sure to check out our Facebook page at Wolfing Studios, the link's in the description. As always, thanks for stopping by, catch you next time.